Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for checking out the video today. If you're a first-time viewer of one of my videos, thanks for checking it out and I hope you enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can get notified of any future videos I do post, where I'll most likely be installing new parts, giving you guys my overall thoughts and opinions of those parts so that you guys have the information you need to build out your Jeep the way you want. On today's video, I actually will not be installing anything. What I'm going to be doing is discussing the results and findings of a little test I did using my Wrangler. The test I did was to figure out whether a Jeep with a higher lift gets worse miles per gallon than a Jeep with a lower lift. The way I did this test is using my AccuAir JL air suspension kit. It's basically, you can see behind me, a lift kit that allows you the ability to adjust each corner of the Jeep using airbags to different heights for whatever your need is and function. If you want more details about that kit, make sure to check out all the videos I have on my channel where I do installs, I do reviews and features and functions, and discuss any issues I may have ran into with this kit and how I've solved it. So make sure to check those out. But for today's video, before I get into sharing with you guys the results and findings of my test and what I did for this test, I wanted to just share with you guys some of the specs for my Wrangler so that you guys have an understanding of what I have on my Jeep and how it affects my miles per gallon.
So the vehicle is a 2019 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. It has a 3.6 liter Pentastar V6 with an auto transmission. On the front, I have a full width Rugged Ridge Ventor bumper with a Rugged Ridge 10,000 pound Trekker winch mounted in the front. The suspension on the vehicle is using the AccuAir air suspension lift kit, and the wheels are a 37 by 1350 R17 Cooper Discovery STT Pro MT tires mounted on the stock Rubicon 17-inch wheels with a black vinyl facing to cover up the silver. To fit these wheels and tire combination, I'm using a TerraFlex 1 3/4 wheel spacers. The axles on this Jeep are stock. They are the Dana 44 axles with the 410 gears. On the back, I am running a full-size 37-inch spare mounted using a Rugged Ridge tailgate hinge for reinforcement. The only performance mod that I have on the Jeep at this time is a MagnaFlow dual exhaust. The vehicle also has the factory hardtop, which will add some additional weight.
So for the test, what I've done is actually ran this same trip twice over 2 weekends. It's about an hour and 45-minute trip and just under 50 miles. So I ran that trip twice now, and I ran it at 2 different heights. The first height that I ran the test at was setting number 2. And this is basically a 2.5 to a 3-inch lift. And you can see it behind me here. This is the standard setup or height that this kit runs at. So I ran this test at the first one, and here are my results. So those results were pretty good. What we did for the second trip up is we actually ran at preset number 1. This is this setting here, which is the lower setting. It seems to be around 1.5 inches to a 2-inch lift. And for me, this is the height I only run on interstates or freeways where I know I'm not doing a lot of wide turns. And the reason for me is because I have the full width bumper, and you can see here that if I were to ride around with this height on local streets, I would most likely have my tires contacting my bumper. So I usually run around 2 on local streets, and this is the height I run around on the highway. So let's check out the results for this, and then we'll come back and do a summary of what our findings are. So you can see in the results that you actually do get a better fuel mileage when riding at a lower height. This supports the idea that a lower lift is going to get you better fuel mileage. This is most likely because of the way the air impacts the Jeep on the front. When you're riding at a lower height, the air majority of the air gets pushed up over the vehicle like it's designed and intended to, where with a taller lift, the air gets split underneath the vehicle, causing drag on the suspension components, which causes your engine to work harder because it's being slowed down by the wind, and then it causes you to use more gas. Basically, overall, this test has supported AccuAir's claim that with their kit riding on preset number 1, the lower setting, you will actually see a miles per hour gain. Not only did I see this mile per hour gain, but I also think that there's a handling gain that you do get from preset 1. And this is because I've been riding this setting on the freeways for the majority of the time since I've had this kit, because I felt that the kit or the vehicle just seems to be more stable, more agile, and also rides a little smoother. The bumps just get absorbed a little easier. I would ride the preset number 1 all the time, but because I have the full width bumper, I can't. To prove this factor that it does ride better, I wanted to show you guys this part of the video where you can see in these tight corners that I had to go with during this test, that when I entered these corners with preset number 2, I was trying to maintain a speed of 65 miles per hour. And unfortunately, I actually had to press the brakes because the Jeep just did not feel comfortable to go through the corners. Where when I ran this corner again with the lower preset, I was able to maintain my speeds on cruise control throughout the entire corners without a problem. At this point, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. If you guys have not already, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, post them below. And for now, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video.